This is terrible. This is one of the worst catastrophes in the world.
And in this air attack, we were trying out this new SPY-1 Alpha radar as well as our new SPS-49 type radar. The scenario drill was the aircraft was supposed to be tailed behind another plane, a military plane. I was told about a 1,000-foot chain that this drone would be trailed behind. We're supposed to lock it up and send the information on the ship, and they're supposed to engage. This is what we call not really a crossfire, but where I can track it and you can shoot it. This is the simulation between SPY-1 Alpha. So in SPY-1 Alpha, this picture, the way this playground was set up, was that there was supposed to be a low, slow flyer flying out of an air route, of a commercial air route, and flying towards us. My observation from the air side was to watch this guy do what's called rules of engagement. He's supposed to query this plane at a certain distance, and as the plane continues to get closer, we continue more queries, and that's when the target is locked up. Once the target is locked up, we send the information, which is across the link coordination, to other ships, and that other ship can fire. So basically it would be like if you was flying towards my ship, you don't know my other ship over here would be able to fire on you, and you would never see the missile coming from us. That was our deterrent for this drill. What was supposed to happen was this plane was supposed to fly in the air route and turn towards us and begin the query, and I believe in this event when TWA was taken down, I believe we jumped the gun. When I say jump the gun, we had a track on the contact that came out that fit the profile that we were given of the experience. That plane did just that. TWA did just exactly what it was supposed to do as far as the drill. Was it intended for them to do that? I don't know. But once we locked the plane up, here's exactly what happened from inside the ship. The track supervisor got the report from the other track supervisor of the ship that fired that we had the contact locked. Contact track number, I don't remember what track number it was. We all repeat the track number before we fire. The track numbers is how we indicate and confirm that everyone has the same picture of the same contact. So we gave the track number, cross track number, I forgot what it was, it might be 000, positive ID, standby, salvo size, birds away. Birds away was an indication, let us know we fired missiles. But what I heard in that conversation was birds away, salvo size 2. That indicates 2 missiles. So when we heard that, we stand by for BDA. BDA stands for Battle Damage Assessment. As I'm listening to the link coordination, about 4 or 5 minutes goes by, and then I can sit here, splash. That means that it's a hit. Then all somebody say, wait a minute, whoa. Whoa, 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 that's not a splash. We hit an Airbus. And I'm asking the guy next to me, what's an Airbus? This was the part where it got kind of quiet for a second. The guys I'm sitting next to, and I didn't want to go on record to say who they are, but I need to get these guys, I need to help them, I need to find these guys. The guy who was sitting to the left of me, who was sitting track supervisor, his name was Brian Miller. He was known as OS3 Miller, South Cackalack. Cackalack was his call sign. On the right side of me was a guy by the name of Patrick Kelly. He was his third class as well. These were 2 guys that were from the South, and they understood the picture of an OS rating because one of them actually went to the Citadel and was actually becoming an officer candidate and ended up getting removed and became an enlisted individual. That was Miller. Miller had a better perspective of what war games and how the scenario went because he went to war college as far as the Citadel. Once we got the understanding that there was a BDA standing by, I heard someone say, wait a minute, we hit an Airbus. And I didn't know what an Airbus was. I'm asking the guy, what's an Airbus? He's like, that's a commercial aircraft. That's a private plane. That's a commercial airplane. That's like somebody flying from here to Europe. I mean, that's somebody flying. I'm like, wait a minute, we hit an airplane? And I can hear on the net, we weren't supposed to fire. There's conversation of, oh, you idiots, who's the dummies that did this? We're about to be in a lot of trouble. And then all of a sudden you heard somebody on the radio get on the headset and say, radio silent. That means cut the communication. I mean, you stop talking. Once we stopped talking, I watched these 2 guys, individuals, Miller and Kelly, look at each other and go, man, this is big. And I'm looking around like, what's going on? And then I watched the captain come in as I hear the phone behind me, the red box go off, and there was, I can't remember again, that ship that called us. All I heard was, Carr, this is so-and-so, come in, over. This is Carr. Carr, we need to speak to the CO. So our CO, who's at the time was Captain Ray, he came in the CIC, he picks the phone up, and he's got this little disgusted look on his face like, why are you calling me? He gets on the phone, he's talking to him, and I can hear him on the phone after he gets done to transmission, because no longer is a speaker on once he puts the phone to his ear. He put the phone down, he said, these got to be the most dumbest idiots I've ever seen in my life. How do you accidentally fire a missile? You don't know the color of the missiles? One is blue and one is white. Blue means training, white means live. You got to be stupid to put a white one on the rail. So he gets back on the phone, he's yelling at them, they're going off, they're going back and forth to communications, he's asking them, how did you do this? They didn't want to talk no more on the net, and the captain was like, you know what, I'll call you. So he hangs the phone up, and our operations boss, who's actually a funny guy, walks on and goes, bunch of idiots, who's the dummy that did this? And they end up going to what's called Radio Central. Radio Central was another secure space where only if you had no access, you can go in. So they're on the phone having conversations about it, and next thing you know, my chief and my ops boss comes back in the CIC and says, oh, drill's over. We got to do some maneuvering drills or something. We're going to do something else, and we're going to make a move. So let's start securing for C, because we're going to be making some high-speed evasive moves, and we need to get ready for this. So we started tying monitors down, tying the ship down, and then the next thing you know, we passed a tactical command. We were in charge of the battle at the time. We passed a tactical command that we were going to start conducting what's called high-speed evasive maneuvering, zigzag plan. This is just in case you ran from a torpedo or ran from a sub. You had a certain maneuvering that you can use at top speed to where we call it a zigzag. You would turn 30 degrees here, 30 degrees there, 40 degrees here at a high rate of speed. I didn't know what was going on at the same time, but while we did this evasive maneuver, it was just quiet. Everything changed, everything shifted. We started running fire drills where there was fire on the ship, guys were running around the ship. I mean, this is what we do during the battle stations drill, just in case of fire in the Ox 1 or Ox 2, fire in the gallery. I mean, it's just simulated fires all throughout the ship to keep people busy during this general quarter station while we zigzagging.
This is terrible. This is one of the worst catastrophes in the world.